Hey guys, SeanB. Today I want to say thank you for supporting all the SWC 2023 stream on the official esports channel. I have a blast casting for every single one of the prelim, and today was the final prelim for the APAC Group D, and it is also the final time I'll be casting for SWC 2023. Maybe I'll do it again in 2024, hopefully. Really appreciate Comters for giving me the opportunity, because every time I do it, I always have a lot of fun. I read your comments and you really boost my ego. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And today, JINYAO blew my mind with his draft, and I hope you guys will enjoy this highlight video as well. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys will support all the other casters as well. They are doing an amazing job too. And I'll be watching them, but I'll be commenting on my own channel. And the pre-ban will be Julian and Zabala. Seems like everybody is afraid of Dr. Zabala. It must be on a crazy rune set that is so fast you can't even outspeed. And Julian's gonna be banned out because fighting a Julian is just impossible. Here comes the first pick coming out from Doctor, and that's going to be a Vanessa and not Oliver. Very interesting. Usually I would see him with an Oliver, Mouse, or Cooney, but this time it's gonna be a Vanessa first pick here. So what will JINYAO do? He usually starts with Chrono Praha in the previous round, but this time he might be Oh my god, I get to witness the JINYAO cleave, and that is going to be the Like Striker getting picked up by JINYAO. This guy boosts attack and speed, can be absolutely incredible for a fast game and super aggressive. So what will be the speed lead of choice here? Are we going to see a Samath, a Tableau, a Jamaya? What will be the unit for JINYAO? He have to fight this Yonhong, who can be very fast though. So it'll be very interesting to see what is the follow-up after this. Gonna be a pawn toss for the speed lead and protection. So he's gonna go for a bruiser playstyle with the Light Striker here instead of just going for a straight cleave. And the Ethna getting picked up as well to utilize the attack and the speed buff come out from this unit. So maybe it's not on Swift. Maybe everyone is on Violent. And he's gonna go for a bit of a slower first turn, but more damage overall. So Doctor, are you gonna pick up a Juno to turn all those buff into juicy debuff? Or you turn out speed with maybe a super fast Wind Robo? It's gonna be Oliver and Wind Robo for Doctor. 233 speed lead and a Wind Robo that is probably gonna be zooming with a 220 bonus Swift set. And last pick for JINYAO will be the Douglas, a very strong last pick against Doctor team who is not having anyone that can provide attack break and water unit. So that is going to be a false ban coming from JINYAO. He's going to ban out the Yonhong, leaving Doctor with the Wind Robo. If this Wind Robo manages to outspeed the Ethna, it will be very problematic for JINYAO. But if I know a thing about Ethna, that is that she is super fast, and she will take turn one with the capture on the Wind Robo, stunning the Wind Robo in the process, which means the next one to move will soon be the Like Striker, providing the buff for the team, allowing Pawn Toss to put up the protection against the Oliver and the Wind Robo. But maybe the silence will come out from this. Is he going to be greedy? He will be greedy and trying to go for the silence. He get the silence on the Cigar, but missed the Wind Robo. The Ethna will not get stripped by the Vanessa. So this Cigar cannot strip the Ethna, which means the Oliver cannot touch the Ethna with immunity. He will go for the Light Striker with the reset here. And the Pawn Toss with a reset as well. But this is going to be a lot of damage coming from the Ethna. Bring down the Wind Robo. And with the attack buff, she will bring down the Cigar as well. The Mouse with the speed and attack buff will take out the Wind Robo. JINYAO. Oh my god. So aggressive. So much damage. And the pre-ban will be Ethna and the Yonhong. Two very high base speed unit for the turn one. First pick for JINYAO. Will he take the Zabala away from Doctor if he has one? Because if Doctor gets to pick the Oliver Zabala, it might be dangerous. He's thinking about getting that turn one. I can feel it. I can feel he is thinking about stealing the turn one away from Doctor. But is that a bright idea? So now Doctor will be able to bring in Vanessa Cigar once again, but that's gonna be with the Zabala. Is he stealing the unit? Oh my god, he's going with the light striker once again. We get to see some more big damage, but without the Etna, how is he planning to take the turn 1 away from the speed lead Zibala? Is he going to pick up the Vanessa, or is he going to stick with the pawn toss once again for the speed lead? Only 19% though. It's going to be a tough game. So he's definitely betting out this Zibala because I noticed that striker doesn't have Will Rune. He's going to go for a Juno and pawn toss. Actually going for a mid-range draft here with a Bruiser lined up with a Juno. And Juno is very good against pawn toss and the light striker as well. So definitely going to be stealing that counter play. And with attack and speed buff, this Juno can be hitting like a truck. So what is going to be the Doctor respawn? He usually go with the Dark Robo this time, but Dark Robo against Juno? Is that going to be a good idea? He's going to go with the Bover to utilize all the buff coming out from JINYAO here and do some raw damage to his team and also the Robo. Even though he is a debuff unit, the Robo is very good at pushing back attack bar, and that can be quite a problem for JINYAO. But JINYAO is going to bring in the Julian to deal a lot of damage against Doctor, and this guy is also immune to whatever Doctor is trying to do. But what will be the last pick here? I want to see something crazy, something extraordinary. And that is going to be the Amduat. Oh my god! More attack bar gain unit to disturb Doctor combo. And the last pick from JINYAO will be a mother flipping Amduat. Oh my god! No way! JINYAO, this is why he's one of my favorite players in this entire game. So many unexpected drafts coming out from this man. And I absolutely love it. Last pick will be Praha for Doctor to provide some healing and stripping against the amount of buff coming from JINYAO here. But oh my god, finding Julian, Amduat, Juno, this trio, very hard to control, very annoying, and can stun you. All of them can stun you. And that is so scary. And the ban will be on the Julian and the Praha. So Doctor will have his combo, Zibala into Robo and Oliver control. But how are you controlling Juno and the Amduat? Let's find out. Here we go, guys. First one belongs to the Zibala, going for the freeze. He gets the freeze. He missed the freeze on the striker. But the striker will also miss the provoke against the Zibala. Remember, Doctor have limited healing with the Bover. So let's see what's going to happen here. Big pushback and... oh, he missed! He missed the pawn toss, which means that Oliver cannot control the enemy team, and even the Bover cannot do any damage with his skill 3. Because invincibility blocked the Bover damage. And this is going to be dangerous because right at this moment, Bover will start being controlled by the enemy unit, potentially. And now the Robo will have another chance of stripping. What? How can a Robo strip every single buff on the enemy team with a skill 3? I've never done that before. Oh my god, but the Robo will now be controlled by the Amduat. And the Juno is moving in with more debuff. But now the Bover will now have an opportunity to control the enemy. To do damage on the enemy. And all of us gonna violent proc out of the stun to get the reset onto the pawn toss as well. Not looking good. He's gonna reset everyone on the side of JINYAO. But one thing you can't reset is that Juno and the Amduat passive. So they will be constantly moving and disturbing this Oliver potentially. So who will be the target for the damage? And that's going to be the Oliver. Amduat not doing a whole lot of damage right there because he's built on a very tanky build. But the main damage dealer will be the Juno with a speed buff right there. But she doesn't have a dedicated healer for herself, which means she might go down very soon to the Robo damage. So the damage will now be onto the Robo because that's going to be the main damage dealer against the Juno here. Oliver will keep up the control on the 2 light unit. But every time he takes a turn, Amduat is getting closer to getting that AoE damage back. He tried to control the Amduat but missed the reset, and Bover without any extra buff from the enemy would not be doing too much at the moment, but he can still provide some mini healing for the Robo. Big AoE coming out from Amduat, and that's going to be a stun on the Robo and slow debuff for the Bover and Zibala as well. The Juno will have a very big window to do a lot of damage right there, and the Robo's in a lot of trouble. Amduat getting more turn every single turn. It's like a wedge ad, but free to play. But only for himself. And this Amduat will try to bring down the Oliver as well. Pawn toss getting the finishing move onto the Dark Robo. Juno will now change the target. Big AoE stun the Bulwark so that he cannot heal anyone on the side of Doctor. Dr. Oliver will now have to focus the control back on the Amdot maybe, because that AoE is gonna hurt, but he can't really do much. Zibala with a big skill 3, but that will give Juno some extra healing. Good damage on the Juno though. But Amlet's gonna go and big stun onto the Oliver, buying some more time for the Juno. The slow debuff is keeping this Bova at bay, and he can't get a turn to do anything. More control coming out from the Amdot on the Zibala. Zibala will now potentially boost the Bova turn, boost himself to get the skill 3 back. And he's going to control by the Striker. Amdor getting another turn here. And getting the pushback and the strip onto the Zibala. Big silence on the team, but that's not going to mean anything to the Bova. But right now, JINYAO is getting the upper hand here because JINYAO is going to take game 2. Let's take a look at the pre-ban between JINYAO and Yeonhong 187. Yeonhong does have a lot of LD, and one of the strongest being Laura, a very dominating unit, and it will be banned. Oh no, Yeonhong! Why are you taking away the content? And the Light Bison we ban out on the side of JINYAO. No more funny Light Bison moment for us, but what is going to be the first pick here from Yeonhong? The good old Oliver first pick once again. JINYAO cannot do his Light Bison team again. He's going to go for the segment first pick potentially. And it's going to be a Praha, not locking in any speed lead yet. Still keeping the option open in the next 3 picks. Yeonhong can potentially going to go for the Mouse and Rakuni to deal with the segment Praha coming from JINYAO. So we saw how the Vert was really strong against Mouse Rakuni combo to get the attack bar for the Praha to do her work. So maybe JINYAO is going to pick up a Vert and an Ethna here to provide a lot of damage and turn cycling. He's thinking about it. Is he going to go for Cigar Vanessa or Ethna and Pontos? Many different options for him. He will go for the Pontos and Julian, a unit that cannot be killed very easily, but Yeon still have another 2 last pick to counter the Julian if he wants to. But I think he's going to choose to counter the Pontos and ban out the Julian by going with something like a Juno and maybe something that can strip reset like a Cigar as well. So let's see what he's going to go with here. The good thing about having Mouse, Rakuni, Oliver is that you are not open to a Douglas last pick thanks to the Mouse being water and doing a lot of damage. It's going to be Juno getting picked up and Lima as well. Both team have a 5-star LD invincibility. JINYAO locking in the unit that... Oh wait, not locking in that unit just yet. But he's thinking about it. The water holy berry that terrified. What is JINYAO doing? The last pick is going to be the water ninja. Susano getting picked up last from JINYAO. And the Susano is going to be very good against Juno Rakuni, but might die very quickly to Mouse and Oliver. I wonder what's going to be the ban here. Is it going to be the Oliver ban to make sure that the Susano get a lot of turns? It's going to be a Lima ban and Julian ban. JINYAO will have his Susano, but can this Susano perform against Oliver, Mouse, Rakuni? We shall find out. If it performs well, I'm going to add Susano into my counter draft checklist as well. Here we go, guys. The very first game of Susano in SWC 2023 is about to happen. But first, we get to witness the magic of Segment going in with a strip reset. And Segment's going to go straight into the Oliver, get the strip reset on the Oliver. So Oliver is no longer a threat for a couple turn. But remember, Violent Proc is a thing, so Oliver might get his skill 3 back very, very soon. Mouse going straight into the Susano. And Susano, even though he could gain attack bar, the Mouse pushed back the attack bar, so he couldn't get a turn in between. And the Juno's also going for Susano. Susano's biggest weakness is that he's not exactly very tanky, but he can do a lot of damage. Let's see the damage coming out from Susano here. And the victim will be the Juno. He did not a whole lot of damage, and that also means not a whole lot of healing. And he will be the target for this Mouse turn, and it might be the end of Susano. Can he survive this Mouse? Going in, and he survived, getting enough attack bar as well. No Violent Proc for the Mouse. And speed up coming out from the Pra is going to allow the Susano to do a lot of work here with the damage that scale with speed. So Pontos cannot buff just yet because Juno will have the strip available. Now, he needs to let the segment defense break the enemy so Susano can start doing good damage. The revenge from the Juno is hurting the Susano more than he can heal back. And I think this Susano is on Destroy rune. Is that Destroy effect on the Juno HP bar? It can be. It can very well be on Destroy rune. Who knows? This Susano is surviving this Juno and doing a lot of damage on the Juno as well. But one Violent Proc from the mouse and the Susano might die instantly. So it is very scary for JINYAO here because the Susano might die any moment in this round. Oliver getting skill 3 back very, very soon here. Pawn Toss having the buff available. Is he going to go for it? Because the Juno can strip it. But remember, strip from Juno is not 100%. And Sakma can reset that strip if she wants to. Sakma's going to go for the strip. Oh, they didn't get the reset on the Juno. Which means the Juno is going to be able to strip. But did not get the Susano. Susano is going to be able to do more damage on the Juno. And take down the Juno. This Susano is going to be protected by invincibility. So the mouse will have to choose another target here. And remember, the segment having the skill available, and it's gonna go for the Pawn Toss, but the Nemesis rune allow the Pawn Toss to cut in between and land the silence onto the Oliver, so the Oliver cannot take away the skill of the segment. And segment will now have the defense break available to use, and that's gonna allow Susano to one-shot. No defense break was landed on the enemy, and Rakuni is gonna get a Violent Proc to heal the mouse as well. But at this moment, we have Praha healing for the Susano. Susano back to full HP with speed buff and a lot of damage potentially onto the Rakuni, doing some decent damage right there, but not enough yet. And no more defense opportunity for the segment here, but she does have the reset and get the reset on the Oliver, so no skill reset coming out from Oliver anytime soon. But Mouse Rakuni is a deadly duo, and this is gonna be a lot of damage on the Susano. Susano take the hit, get the Violent Proc as well. Susano will go down to Mouse. Simple Violent Proc right there, but the Praha is gonna use the opportunity that Susano bought for her and go for the damage onto the Rakuni. He is almost taking down the Rakuni. Can he get it done with the Praha? Praha get opportunity, and she will finish off the Rakuni. Oliver and Mouse will no longer have the rat for healing, but they are very, very strong with their own damage. Can this Oliver Violent Proc to bring the game back for Yeon Hong? Because the Praha will soon have healing, and protection is going to come up from the Pawn Toss. Here comes the heal coming out from the Praha as well to bring the turn down for the enemy team. No more turn for Oliver Mouse. And the segment have another opportunity to reset the Oliver once again. Gonna wake up the Oliver, not using the skill 3 just yet because he has the silence right here to shut down the Oliver skill, and the damage will be back on the Mouse. He wants to defense break this turn. Can he land the defense break? He's gonna go for the defense break. Get defense break on both targets. Very good moment, but the Mouse gonna shake off the defense break with the Violent Proc, and Praha is on the verge of dying. Pawn Toss will now go for potentially the Oliver with the defense break and bring down the Oliver very, very soon here. Can the Praha bring down a target? He's gonna go for the Oliver. Cannot finish off the Oliver. Oliver have the Violent Proc opportunity. It's gonna be very important to get it, but no Violent Proc for the Oliver here. And the segment is going to take down the Oliver. But remember, Mouse can be very scary at the end game. Take down the Praha. 2v1. But this unit is very tanky and can do a lot of damage at the same time. And he can stun as well. And the target he's going to go for will be the Pawn Toss. But Pawn Toss with the Nemesis is going to cut in between and get the invincibility up for the team. Remember, Mouse can strip. Will he go? He's going to go for the Pawn Toss. Doesn't get the Violent Proc this time. And the segment will finish off the Mouse. JINYAO get game 1. And the pre-ban will be Oliver and Julian. No more Julian for JINYAO. No more Oliver for Yeon Hong. First pick for JINYAO here. What is he going to go for? Is he going to first pick the Light Bison? And I can't wait to see that, man. Oh my god, he's actually doing it. The Light Striker Craig. First pick coming out from JINYAO here. Yeon Hong's going to respond with the Jeremiah segment to control the turn 1. But JINYAO has the opportunity to go for Mouse and Pawn Toss here to really dominate the turn 1 as well. Is he going to go for it? Or will he go with a different speed lead this time? Maybe a more Ethna to be different. No, it's going to be Praha, more speed buff, and the Pawn Toss once again. So he's having double speed buffer. So his Mouse last pick can be even stronger. Unless Yeon Hong steals that unit away from him. We might need to see a Juno coming out from Yeonhong to deal with all the buff coming out from JINYAO here, and maybe a Bover or Mouse as well, because all this buff are way too juicy. Oh, he's gonna strip all that buff instead, and that's going to be the Laura getting picked up by Yeonhong and the Barad for the follow-up. We saw that earlier, how he destroys the enemy with this combo, but JINYAO is gonna block the Laura with a Heigang. Remember, the Pawn Toss is also a nemesis, which means he can cut in between and put up the invincibility to protect against the Laura. And last week will be Juno coming out from JINYAO as well to strip all the buff coming out from the Laura and utilize all the debuff coming out from Yeonhong to use for healing. And Juno is an incredible endgame damage dealer for a team without healing like Yeonhong. So last week from Yeonhong will have to be a healer, or else he will get out-sustained by the enemy team, and that's going to be the Abelio, which I think will get banned instantly by JINYAO, and Yeonhong will have to take care of either the Heigang or the Pawn Toss problem here. I think he's going to ban the Heigang, use the segment to reset the Pawn Toss and try to control the enemy team, but that is a very risky position. Or maybe he have to ban the Juno, because Juno is absolutely insane. He's going to ban the Heigang, and the Abelio is going to let ban as well. So Yeonhong is hoping for the segment to not get absolutely destroyed by the law of resistance that will happen in the first turn. Because if he missed the reset on the Pawn Toss will cut in between and put up protection against the Varad. Here we go. Segment going in with a big reset. Can she get it done this time? Oh my god, the crack is actually cutting in between the Laura and the Varad, which means the Juno and the Prague may stop him from doing the thing. Big AoE coming out from the Laura. Get a Violent Pro as well. And the slow debuff will stop. Oh, it will not be enough to stop the Crack from moving. The Crack will take a turn to boost the team, and the Praha Juno will be ready to go. Juno, big strip, and Praha with a big sleep. But remember, Violent Pro is a real thing, and he's going to miss the Varad here. But the speed buff is going to allow the Juno to lap the enemy team, and the Pawn Toss will not get frozen by the Varad. If the Juno can stun the Jamire, it's going to be huge. Big stun on the Jamire, and the Pawn Toss will soon get his skill back. And the Praha is going to get a Violent Pro as well. Remember, Yeonhong doesn't have any healer, so this Juno at the end game is going to be unstoppable, because the Yeonhong team is constantly healing the Juno while giving her speed buff so that she can do more damage. Even though JINYAO is being controlled, but the one that is not being controlled is the Juno, and that is one of the biggest problems that Yeonhong doesn't have an answer for. Big damage from the Juno coming right up onto the Laura. No, going to be on everybody with the AoE, and the Pawn Toss can return some defense break as well. Here we go, Pawn Toss looking for a target here for the skill 1, and he will return the debuff onto the segment, giving the glancing to her. Segment have the skill 3 available, going to use it on the Praha, but who's going to stop the Juno? The Juno's taking down unit left, right, center with the damage from the speed buff that Yeonhong is giving it to her every single turn. Big damage on the Laura, stun the Laura as well, and the Praha is going to follow up with even more damage from an additional damage by Artifact. And there's nothing that the segment can do to stop anyone on the side of JINYAO. JINYAO is gonna get the invincibility from the Pawn Toss. This might be GG. Oh my god, he's doing it. Another 2-0 coming out from JINYAO, because there's nothing that Yeonhong can do at this point to stop the Oracle from killing him one by one. And that is GG. JINYAO will take game 2.